Hi guys, hello and welcome to a new video here, Faceless guy. I will react today to a certain video, a news video here from Al Jazeera English, BRICS Summit, and it's about, of course, the new members of the BRICS Alliance. When I'm currently not mistaken, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Iran, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Ethiopia. So these are the new members, which will be new full members on January 1st, 2024. Let's watch this video.
Leaders of the BRICS alliance of 5 nations have invited another 6 countries to join. They are Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. The annual BRICS summit is being held in Johannesburg. The leaders of Brazil, India, China, and South Africa are there, while Russia's president is on video link from Moscow. The South African president made the expansion announcement.
I think the reason why Putin is not in person there is because South Africa is member of the IOC, the International Criminal Court, and there's a, how you say this in English, arrest warrant for Putin, and because he is accused of war crimes in Ukraine, and that's why he's only with video link there.
We have decided to invite the Argentine Republic, the Arab Republic of Egypt, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to become full members of BRICS. The membership will take effect from the 1st of January 2024.
My correspondent Famila Miller is joining us live.
I think that's a big and important thing for the future of this world. I think it's a great thing that there's this new kind of uprising power of BRICS. I'm not sure how well connected it is so far, but it's a good first step into a better future of the world. A multipolar world is good, where the United States has a certain power, it's a G7 have a certain power, NATO has a certain power, but there's also a different power, like BRICS, for example, which has also a huge influence in the world. I think that's can only be great for everyone.
From Johannesburg, BRICS group attracting a level of interest rarely seen since its founding in 2014. Famila, dozens of countries expressed their interest in joining, but only 6 have been accepted for now.
It's likely, Elizabeth, that the criteria was pretty tight in terms of who they might admit. There's been a lot of debate amongst these BRICS members around who should be admitted, when that should be done. And looking at who they've included in this admission, we see also increased representation from African countries, Ethiopia and Egypt. And South Africa has been squarely behind that, wanting African countries, the global south, to have a bigger place within this grouping. But to give us greater insight into what might have informed this decision, we're speaking to Michael Bossacu, a global affairs analyst. Now, Michael, what is likely behind the admission of these 6 new members? What is it that would have taken them into the BRICS grouping?
Sure. Well, it looks like China was very, very keen to expand BRICS. In fact, the Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson said it's going to breathe new vitality into the bloc. For sure it will, but the choice is very interesting. So we have Argentina, some more representation from South America, Egypt, Ethiopia, African continent. Ethiopia was, I think, a little bit unexpected. Iran, I have a suspicion there might have been some.
Yes, Iran and Saudi Arabia are become full members, which is very interesting. I think also kind of good. So maybe because they are both a part of the same alliance, it will help to overcome also their own differences to a certain degree. I hope, of course, they can overcome these differences and work to with one another for a better future in this region. But we will see.
Russian maneuvering behind that, they're close allies. And then Saudi Arabia and UAE, that signals to me more cash infusion into the development bank. Missing there was Indonesia and Mexico. We were expecting them to come in as well.
We've repeatedly heard from the existing leadership of BRICS that this is about unity, it's about the global south, greater representation, but this comes amid heightening global tensions. While BRICS may be forming a more solid bloc globally, are there concerns around greater fragmentation?
Oh, absolutely. A couple of quick things. One is we're seeing the deterioration of these multilateral for G7, G20, APEC even, watered down communiques or none whatsoever. At least here they managed to come out with quite a big announcement about the expansion. But when you see countries like Iran coming in, and also you listen to the rhetoric coming out of the conference, for example, from people like Mr. Lula of Brazil, a lot of talk here about not using the US dollar anymore, leveling the playing field for African countries. You see quite the...
Okay, I can hear myself now again. I'm recording. Yes, I think that's an important thing as well, the to get rid of the dollar as a sole and single global currency. I think that's important. It only can be good for everyone if we have more diverse global finance market. I'm sorry for my English sometimes, but yeah, I think it's can only be good if we have another currency in the world in global trade except the dollar.
The fragmentation. I think, just quickly, I think it's got to the point where good luck to America trying to win back the loyalty of some of these African countries. I think a lot of them are shifting more towards this direction.
Just very quickly, do these countries have enough in common for BRICS to be effective?
I don't think so. When you look at China, India, especially Russia, now Iran, Brazil, Lula from Brazil, again, he's very contrarian in saying what he wants to see. Very, very strong on climate. Good luck convincing the Russians and the Chinese and, in fact, India to adhere to those high climate standards.
Michael, thanks very much for your time there. Speaking to Michael Bosicki, a global affairs analyst. We do know that it's taken months of discussion to get to this point, but ultimately the existing members of BRICS want to forge ahead with this multipolar world. They say a more equitable world and essentially realigning geopolitics.
Fahmi, thank you for that. That is Fahmi the Miller live in Johannesburg.
Yes, I think it might be very difficult maybe to convince countries like Saudi Arabia, with the United Arab Emirates and Russia for a more for a future without so much oil and gas, because these are countries which are very much to a certain degree even depend on the export of oil and gas. And a few it's a Brazilian leader, Lula da Silva, maybe advocates for a more climate friendly economy. This might be difficult for Russia, Saudi Arabia, and maybe even the United Arab Emirates to adapt to. But yeah, I wish them all the luck in the world. I think a multipolar world is great, and I really, really like this very much. So if you like this as well, then like and subscribe. Also like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Support me. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see each other again in the next video.